Okay, so now here's an example for finding the points of inflection. So they give us our regular function y is equal to sine of x plus cosine of x, and then they give us an interval. So we want to find points of inflection that occur on that interval. So let's take the derivative. Y prime is equal to the cosine of x minus the sine of x. Got to go one more. Y double prime is equal to the negative sine of x minus the cosine of x. And so I'm looking for when this is going to be equal to 0. Well, in order for it to be equal to 0, so 0 is equal to negative sine of x minus the cosine of x, what I'm going to end up getting is that the sine of x is equal to the negative cosine of x. So whenever that happens, that's when we are going to have a point of inflection. So I like to think of it as if I were to draw a graph here for this, and if I wanted to just graph my sine of x, I know that sine of x starts at 0, goes up to 1, back down to 0, and right here this is pi, goes negative, and then back to 0 at 2 pi. And that's just my sine of x. And I'm doing this just to see where they might be equal to the negative counterpart. So then the negative cosine starts at negative 1, goes down to 0 at pi over 2, goes to a negative 1 at pi, 0 at pi over 2, and then ends at a positive 1. So there are two spots where these intersect, and so that's what I need to find. So the specific spots where these are going to intersect, if we remember what they're going to end up equaling here, this is going to be 3 pi over 4. That's for this first one. And this one is going to be 7 pi over 4. So when that occurs when this is going to be equal to each other, so that's when this is equal to 0, which is why we looked at it like that. So there must be points of inflection at 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4 because it's equal to 0 when the sign changes on either side. We would want to just double check though and make sure that we did this properly. So if we created a number line, we would want to make sure that one, we started at 0 and we ended at 2 pi, but that 3 pi over 4 is in here and 7 pi over 4. So I've got to just test my intervals for the second derivative. So I'm looking at the second derivative here. If I plug in 0, which is definitely to the left of 3 pi over 4, I'm going to get 0 for the sine and a negative 1 for cosine, so that one's going to be a negative. Between 3 pi over 4 and 7 pi over 4, I've got pi, so if I plug in pi, well, negative sine of pi is 0, and then negative cosine of a negative 1 is a positive 1, which gives me a positive. And so then, yes, this one is a point of inflection, the 3 pi over 4, because it changes concavity. And so then I just have to test one last spot, and I'm going to just test 2 pi. And if I plug in 2 pi for this, I am going to get a same thing as what I got at the beginning, so it's got to be a negative. So both of them end up being a point of inflection.